I've got a new brand to show you guys, a new gel ball blaster too, of course. This is from a brand called Shell Throw. So just like you think, S-H-E-L-L space T-H-R-O-W. So this is a Shell Throw electric gel ball blaster. Obviously it's going to be fully automatic. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to see what it comes with. We'll get it all set up. And then of course I'll do a demo later and we'll test the FPS on it, see how it shoots. So as you can see right away, this is kind of that new style that's becoming popular, kind of a similar to the mini M416. I guess some people are referring to it as like a mini MK416. I've heard it as a mini M416. I don't know that there is a specific name or that this is even modeled after a true specific blaster, or if it's just several different models morphed into one mini version. So let us see what Shell Throw includes with their blaster. Obviously we got your hopper here, so pineapple style hopper or grenade style is what I like to refer to it as, because that seems to go with the whole blaster thing. These are top loaders, gravity fed, very works very well for a system like that, because the gel beads just fall into the barrel, so you don't have any worries about feeding gel beads, which is nice. And speaking of gel beads, this is what they give you, right? Each one of these is a 300 pack of gel beads. The nice thing with that is if you needed to, you could soak 300 in a hopper. I still think it's best to soak them in a larger container where you have plenty of room, but they would fit in there. That's about what fits in that hopper is 300 gel beads. When it comes to your gel beads, remember guys, I always say use a large enough container, plenty of water, and 4 to 6 hours. Don't worry about them getting too big. They will not get bigger than 7 to 8 millimeters. And once they've grown to that, go ahead, drain the water off, because there should be some excess water, and load them up in your hopper, okay? So the importance there again, 4 to 6 hours, large enough container, plenty of water, drain the water off. Let's talk about the battery. So then we've got your battery for you here, right? So it is a 7.4 volt, 500 mAh battery. They use the 4-pin connection, which we're seeing more and more now. It seems like a lot of the blaster companies are going away from the 2-pin JST connection, and I'm not sure why, but this is what we're seeing, at least in a lot of these, the more mid-entry level by US standard gel ball blasters, right? So USB charger, right? This one, plug it into any 1 amp or greater, the USB charger, plug it into any 1 amp or greater AC adapter, and then charge it up. You can only plug it in one direction. Have a bright red light, and then when it's fully charged, that red light's going to turn off. Remember to use a decent charger. If you're using some charger from some tiny little Bluetooth device, it might not be adequate. So I always say at least as good as your smartphone charger. Tablet chargers are good, that type of thing. So we got that fully charged, ready to go. Here's your little muzzle, flash suppressor, mock silencer, whatever you want to call it, that can go right on the end. And since I grabbed it right now, we'll just go ahead. I could push it on the end for you. So it can just go right there on the end if you want it, or you can leave it off. That's up to you. Nice thing they did decide with a lot of these mini ones now is they do at least put rails on the sides and the bottom. That was a downside to the AKM47. There was no place for accessories, and now you got those. So that's pretty cool. So let's continue looking at the blaster, okay? Obviously your trigger. This one, the hopper bracket comes mounted on there already, and it doesn't come off. So don't mess with it. It's not supposed to slide off. Just leave it alone. It's mounted on there, and that's what you should do with your other ones anyway. Once they're on, leave them alone. Don't take them on and off. There's not really any need to. Power button down here, of course that functions as a safety as well. And then your battery compartment on this one, the way this printed is super camouflaged. Sometimes it's even hard to see. And that's where your battery goes. So let's go ahead and let's plug the battery in. And again, these 4-pin connections, like all the connections, can only go in one direction. We'll put it in. And then we'll put the door back on. All right, so we got that back on there. Flip the switch. And it's working. Okay, we're good to go with that. Other than that, that's kind of it for the actual blaster itself. Like I said, we can put the suppressor, push that on if you'd like that, and then we just load the hopper onto the end. So these, again, are a newer style grenade pineapple hopper. I'm seeing these with more of the blasters too. They're slightly smaller than some of the older ones. So you may want to actually use this one just to make sure that the thread pattern lines up perfect. Use the one that it comes with. So I've found that the majority of my hoppers will line up just fine, but sometimes there are some that are different, just are an older style that don't fit with this new style blaster. So again, it's from Shell Throw, S-H-E-L-L space T-H-R-O-W. Find them on Amazon. They said they're gonna have a lot more models too. And come back, check out the video. I'll attach it to the end of this where we do a demo. We test the FPS. Let's see how hard this guy shoots, and let's see how fun it is. So thanks for the support, guys. Comments, questions, put them down below. Make sure you're liking the videos. Make sure you're subscribed. And of course, tell your friends and participate in the giveaways I do.